Wait, was that a divine knight?
Ah!
Those models.
No way.
Tell me it isn't you.
Don't tell me that's Ilya.
People of Crossbell, as you are aware, though the war may be over, this world remains in a state of chaos. To bring an end to disorder, we must come together as one, as a united nation, without borders or state lines. And where better to begin working toward that goal than a place that has faced more hardship than any other? Should you accept my proposal, I promise to see this dream realized as the supreme leader of Crossbell.
I feel really bad for Eustace.
One land, united under Crossbell.
Ah,
The
Jesus.
center of the world?
He's right. Even if we'd managed to be in an independent state again, it wouldn't have lasted.
Maybe we'll be better off just doing as he says.
Yeah. He's got that former president with him, too.
Have you all lost your minds?
Open your eyes!
Glory to the Supreme Leader! Glory to Crossbell!
Rufus! 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 What happened here?
Guys, get out of here.
It's like
You need to go find Rean.
we're too late.
Llyod! Rufus! 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 No. No.
He's not dead, is he?
Damn it all.
This can't be happening.
I thank you all for choosing to put your faith in me. Then, by your will, I hereby proclaim the establishment of the United Nation of Crossbell and the beginning of Zemuria's coalescence.
I really, really hate you right now. I'm in total shock right now because he's supposed to be in jail. I don't know who any of those other people are around him. I got a funny feeling the dancer is Ilya. I don't know. Again, I never played the earlier games, so half of these people I don't even know of. I know someone's probably out there screaming, well, what the fuck is Rean gonna do? I don't know. I find solace in the guy, okay? He's my Llyod Bannon's. We could really use the Divine Knights right now, though. Oh. Well, wait. He went missing. Meaning, did they somehow interconnect? Claire? What's happening? Why is he out of jail? You got a lot of explaining to do. Oh, I'm not leaving right now.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. I'm afraid I have terrible news.
Terrible, terrible indeed.
Crossbell's signing ceremony today was disrupted by a surprise attack.
By none other than Eustace's older brother.
Crossbell has been reoccupied. Huh?
By who? What happened?
I can't believe it.
Oh god, Una must not be doing too well. Yuna, if you need to go lie down, we quite understand. Oh, don't worry about me. This is just all so sudden that it took me a minute to process it. But there's no way in hell I'm gonna sit around sulking when there's work to be done. Well, if you're really sure... I'm sorry. I should have broken the news to you more gently. That was careless of me. Don't sweat it. I imagine you must have been pretty stunned when you found out, too. Right now, I just want to know the details of what happened. For one thing, who would do this? Good question. Can you fill us all in? Of course. I appraised Lord Matthias of the details earlier, but you all deserve to know. As I mentioned, the sign-in ceremony for Crossbell's independence at 2 p.m. today came under attack. The assault was the work of a military force led by Rufus Alberea. Rufus Alberea? But he was arrested, right? He was, yes. But last night, the former Governor General and his subordinates escaped from... He escaped? How the fuck did he escape the fort? What the fuck are they doing over there, sleeping? Where they were being held. Though their breakout certainly put us on high alert. You mean you guys knew he broke out? Why didn't anyone stop to think that maybe, just maybe, he'd be going back to fucking Crossbell? We had hoped to see this information from going public and causing confusion during the ceremony. Claire! Claire, you naive buffoon! You, of all people, should have known something like this could happen. Unfortunately, it seems people had to find out in the worst way possible. No fucking shit, Claire. So you're saying that they escaped one night, then were able to take over Crossbell the very next afternoon? There's gotta be more to this. Agreed. We're clearly dealing with something that had been carefully planned. What about Llyod and the rest of the SSS? Come to think of it, they were supposed to be helping with the ceremony security. I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about the SSS so far. I'm sure they did their best to hold off the assailants, but... no. I suppose all we can do is pray that they're alright. You kidding me? No way any real harm could have come to them with Randolph there. I have to agree there. I'm sure the members of the SSS are all just fine. What happened after the initial attack? Rufus's military force spread out, defeating the CGF and taking control of the entire region. After which, Rufus dubbed himself the Supreme Leader and proclaimed the establishment of the United Nation of Crossbell. That sounds ominous. You're not kidding. You took the rights right out of my mouth. His new title and proclaimed rule make clear that he wants to rule the entirety of Crossbell once more. Well, too bad, because we're not gonna let him. That's right. If it wasn't obvious, Rufus Alberea is acting alone without the government or Imperial family support. But why do this now, of all times? Do you have any idea of what his goal could be, Major? I'm afraid not.
I will be the one to bear the responsibility for His Excellency's actions. It is the best way we can go about quelling the unrest in Erebonia and solving the issue of Crossbell all at once.
This is what the fuck he meant?
I can think of no better way for us Ironbloods to honor him.
I didn't want to think he was lying when he said all of that. Putting him aside for the moment, what's the current situation in Crossbell? I'm concerned about how the surrounding nations must be reacting too. Currently, Rufus's black-clad soldiers are blockading all routes in and out of the region. Both Erebonia and Calvert seem content just watching how everything plays out, for the present. It makes sense for the Empire to be reluctant to interfere in Crossbell's affairs after the war, but the Republic's silence is a little more unexpected. Both countries suffered major losses from the Aeons and the Septarian of Zero when they attacked Crossbell 3 years ago. I'm guessing they aren't going to forget that in a hurry. Those losses ended up leading to the Civil War here and the economic crisis in Calvert too. So Calvert is likely planning it's safe for now until they know what they're dealing with. But they're not just going to sit this out forever, are they? I doubt it. It probably won't be long before they start making moves. Which isn't likely to end well, given that they've steadily been increasing their military strength for a while now. All communication with the region is being blocked, so I'm afraid this is all I know. I'm so sorry I can't tell you how your family's doing, Yuna. I'm sure you must be so worried about them. No, it's alright. Your explanations made me feel a lot more at ease. It doesn't sound like the soldiers occupying Crossbell are going to hurt innocent civilians. I'm more worried about those who would try to resist the occupation. People like Llyod, or the rest of the SSS. I hope they're all alright. There are a lot of other people we know in Crossbell right now, too. Shit! Machias? Oh no, Machias? You've got Alyssa, you got Sharon, and you got Tawa. Yeah, which is also very concerning. I just said those two, too. Alyssa and Sharon are there representing the Rhineford Company, to name two. And then Toa's there representing Thor's, and Machias is there on behalf of the Inspectorate. And they were all supposed to be attending the signing ceremony. They're all likely targets in the event of an attack, too. Hell, I'd be more surprised if they weren't targeted. Thank you, Ash. That puts us all at ease. Well, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, especially Rufus. Rufus is not going to let the members of Class 7 forget anytime soon what they did to him. So he's got a bone to pick with them. Now, Toa, by extension, is also in trouble because of it. Sharon? I'm not sure if he would quite target her for those same reasons, but knowing her previous occupation, it would not surprise me in the least if he's got a bone to pick with her, too. Like I said, I'm sure everyone's fine. We've been through more than our fair share of trouble in the past and came out the other end in one piece. That goes for Llyod and the SSS too. Yes, I don't know what they've been through, but you had a divine night, Rean. You and Crow. Not to mention, you had the curse, so you had an additional boost. You don't quite have the divine knights now. And something tells me Rufus's new power over there is something a little bit to be concerned about. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all working together to get the situation under control. God, I hope so. Yeah, I'm sure they are. All we can do is believe in them. I assume you've finished discussing the Crossbell situation? I don't know if I'd call it finished, but as best as we can. If you would, Major, I would like to discuss the other matter at hand. Father? Are we really going... I mean, I understand it's the prince, but isn't this a bit much, guys? There's something else? Yes, you see, a video recording was recently delivered to the Intelligence Division. It doesn't directly concern what happened in Crossbell, but I think it's something that all of you should see. What?
I am C,
Huh?
leader of the reborn Imperial Liberation Front.
Excuse me? Crow?
With the iron-blooded monster slain, the Empire had claimed its key to enter an era of peace. Alas, it would seem his poisonous beliefs are now being carried on by zealots, espousing nonsense of a united nation. To those who support their losing game, and to the ignorant politicians who allow these dogs to bark, I say this: we shall see you pay for your crimes.
I don't understand. I thought you were done with that.
Our first target was the foolish prince and his wings, now bound to inaction.
Crow, did you attack the prince?
Our next target shall be the muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City.
Huh? A muck and... What is he referring to? Well, there we go. Somebody's finally taking responsibility for the prince napping. And by the name of C, too. Why does that ring a bell? Because I had been Crow when he was the leader of the Liberation Front. C was an alias used by the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, a terrorist group who opposed the late council. See, that's what I mean, but his true identity was revealed to be a Thor student who you all know very well, Crow Armbrust. Yeah, that checks out. Still, I know, none of this makes any sense. No kidding, because I thought Crow was done with that. Crow has no reason to be using that name again. And even less reason to abduct Prince Oliver and Lady... Exactly! He has no reason to do any of this. So then, if it's not him, who the fuck is it? And why are they using C's name? Does that mean someone else has taken his alias for their own? It has to be, because it just cannot be the guy I know. I think that's a safe assumption, but let me guess you're gonna call him to find out. Unfortunately, I don't have a clue as to Crow's whereabouts. Can you get in contact with him? I'm trying, but he's not picking... Oh, for the love of Christ, Crow, please! Please do not put me through this again! I know he went home to Durai a few days ago, but beyond that... Nope, I can't get through to him, just like I can't contact and listen to the others. Oh, fuck my life on a bike. What is happening? Where is Crow? Okay, everybody needs to stop. The prince can wait. We need to go to Durai. We need to find Crow, and I need a fucking sap. Could something have to... Don't say that, Altena. It's been a hotbed of conflict lately due to the independence movement, so that's a possibility. Oh, for the love of all that is holy. But there's always the chance he was caught up in some entirely unrelated trouble. I have faith in Crow. I'm glad you do. I want to, but I'm worried about him. Can we please go to Durai? Even if he did get caught up in something, he'll get himself out of it. I know it. Can we please just go to Durai? Please? Can we just make sure the guy's okay? Please? For sure, the guy's always been a wily one. Yes, I know that. He is perfectly capable of taking care of himself. He's done it before. But still... Either way, that video does tell us a few things. True, we can't be certain of this new C's identity, but I think it's safe to assume that they are responsible for the prince's abduction. Crow would never have done that. When he was the leader of the Liberation Front, his target was the counselor. He was never after the royal family. In fact, while he was the leader, he was trying to keep the imperial family safe and out of the affairs of what he was doing. The We also seem to be in conflict with Rufus Alberea and his faction. Though judging by the timing of the prince's abduction, you almost wonder whether they saw Crossbell's occupation coming. Fuck, do we have another Ymir? And if they did, that only raises more questions. Either way, now that we've got our culprits, we've got to work on going after them. Indeed, and I think our best clue will be the last part of the recording. The muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City, huh? Exactly who are they referencing, though? Are they going to attack the other Imperial members? First, we learn the prince was abducted. First, we learn the prince was abducted. Then we get that mysterious declaration. That was a lot to take in. Either way, I can discuss it all with my classmates tomorrow morning. Then we can decide how to best approach all of this. I say we ought to go look for Crow. Vita? Please tell me there's Vita. Wait a minute. Where is Vita? Where's Emma, for that matter? Couldn't she find him? Oh, dear.
I know it's March, but it's still cold to be out at night, Yuna.
Can you blame
Especially
her?
in areas that still have snow on the ground.
What are you doing here, instructor?
I could sense you out here from inside my room.
You could just say that you saw her out the window.
Given how late it is and how new you are to Ymir's weather, I couldn't help but worry.
You can't just whip out those super senses for any old thing.
Believe me, he can and he will. In fact, he has.
Maybe. But every time they prove useful in a situation like this, I'm glad I spent time honing them.
What are you sitting down for, anyway? Aren't you here to make me go inside?
This isn't the academy dorm. There's no curfew here. If you want to stay up a little late, I'm not going to stop you.
Besides, I think it's kind of fair considering your home was just an inch from complete freedom until this shit happened. And I'm pretty sure you're really worried about Llyod.
Wow. You sure you should be saying stuff like that to your impressionable students?
I don't think it hurts once in a while.
So, you're not going to ask me anything?
I'm not even sure where to start. I feel like you're the one who has to be willing to open up here.
Open up?
There's a lot to go on.
You think I'm just trying to act fine when I'm not, don't you?
Well, I can't assume hearing what happened in Crossbell would certainly not affect you.
Not just think it. I know I'm correct.
You are. You are, but how many times has this happened now?
Since I've been aware of it? Too many.
Over and over. Crossbell finds itself in danger, and every time I get all worked up and cause more problems for everyone.
Exactly what did you do that caused problems?
I'm just tired of being such a burden.
You're not a burden, Yuna. For goodness sake, you did nothing back there.
So what choice do I have but to bottle it all up and deal with it on my own?
I get what you're trying to say, but you're missing the fact that everyone wants to help you when things go south.
And they all know exactly how attached you are.
That goes for all your classmates. And me. If it was the other way around and one of your classmates needed help, wouldn't you want to give it to them?
Well, yeah. Of course I would. But I think you're the last person I want to hear that from. I get you're our instructor and all, and students aren't supposed to be the ones teaching the teacher, but...
That's not why I don't turn to you. Thing is, I have the same problem you do. And I need to work on it too. But turning to your friends, or your students. For comfort and advice isn't a sign of weakness. That's what they're there for. And that doesn't change, no matter how many times you have to do it. You help each other, so you can move forward together.
Then, can I
Go on.
turn to you for comfort now?
Of course you can.
I really feel bad for her.
We fought so hard. And we thought this was finally it. So, why did they go and take it away from us again?
Because there's always gonna be some fucking power greedy bastard.
Why can't Crossbell just be free? What did we do to deserve all this? Just leave us alone!
Do you feel a bit better now?
Yeah. But now the embarrassment of all that crying in front of you is really starting to set in. Anyway, don't worry about me. I'm fine now, really. No matter how many times people take our home, we'll just take it right back from them.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, I guess it is getting late. I'm gonna head back to my room. So, thank you for lending me your coat. I'll give it back now. I don't want you being cold either.
This is probably summer weather for him.
Thanks. Good night, Yuna. Well, I'd better get to bed too. It's been a really, really long day.
You are not kidding.